Olá, tudo bem? Aqui é o Ukla e hoje a gente confere junto as mudanças que chegam no LoL em 2023. Vamos começar pela parte mais interessante, que é o que eles falaram sobre o rework da Neeko. Então, no final do vídeo, bate-papo com os devs, eles falam sobre o rework da Neeko, que ficou muito legal.
Before we end, do you want to give us a sneak peek on what Neeko's midscope is going to be about?
Leak Neeko, where is she?
Well, I can give... So there's a lot of things going on in Neeko. But I can give the one sneak peek, which is her passive, instead of just turning to other champions, is now other things. Anything. She can turn into a plant, she can turn into a demon mushroom, she can turn into a minion, a monster, and a champion.
Can she turn into a better teammate?
No, she'll actually probably be a worse teammate.
Oh, okay.
That's a core gameplay mechanic in League.
Cara, ou seja, a Neeko, a partir de agora, vai conseguir virar qualquer coisa e isso é incrível, isso é muito legal, tá? Talvez por conta disso que tenha surgido todos aqueles bugs onde a Neeko tava virando torre, onde a Neeko tava virando bichos do mato, né? A Riot já tinha introduzido isso no jogo e aí o pessoal que tava ali criando cheats descobriu, né? Cara, imagina que legal você virar um Minion, isso é muito maneiro, velho. Tem outra informação relevante que eles saltam nesse vídeo, que eles vão tentar fazer uma atualização parcial por campeão a cada 2 meses. Então eles vão pegar alguns campeões antigos e vão fazer algum tipo de rework mais simples nele. Então se liga só, a Riot até então lançou 4 vídeos falando sobre as novidades da nova temporada. No vídeo do comportamento dos jogadores, são basicamente eles conversando sobre como os jogadores se comportam, falando que na verdade 95% dos jogadores tem comportamento tóxico e um aumenta o outro, ou seja, não são um grupo pequeno de jogadores que são tóxicos no LoL. Na verdade, é quase que toda a comunidade, 95%. E aqui no estado do jogo, os caras dão a entender que ao longo desse ano devem surgir itens novos, tá? Mas é só isso. O que tem de mais interessante tá no LoL Please. Primeira coisa é o rework visual da Ahri.
After a year of waiting, we're finally releasing Ahri's ASU. Her base, her skins, new VFX, splashes, and all 9 tails have been updated and will be out for all of you in just a few weeks. We can't wait to see what you think of her new look.
Tá vindo umas skins muito boas também, cara.
There are a few champions who haven't gotten a new skin in a while, including Aurelion Sol, Ivern, Kled, and Callista. And I have some good news. They'll all be receiving a new skin this year. Callista's skin is coming to us from a world of beauty and magic,
Olha isso,
nature
cara.
and majesty. Fairy Queen
Bem diferente da
resides
Calista
at the
que a gente
courts of the
conhece,
4
né?
seasons. And the Fae who reside there are empowered by the natural world and the magic within it. Not all within the Fae world is light and beauty. After we leave the Fae realms, we're returning to a fan favorite. It's a little bit more adorable than beautiful. A skin line that brought you Pugma, Corky Corgi,
Cara,
and York in a cat onesie.
quando eu vi isso, eu fiquei meio preocupado, porque a skin do Cog, ela muda muito o campeão, né? Falei, cara, quem que eles vão mexer agora?
To open up some catnip, dust off your chew toys.
Olha só, cara, tá incrível essa splash, velho. Muito boa. O
These are
Kled.
just a few of the new things we have planned for season 2023. I'll hand it over to Riot Oberon, who will share our plans for rank.
Ixi, agora não. Ih, agora ferrou, gente. Ranqueadas.
Hey everyone, I'm Chris Roberts, also known as Riot Oberon, the project lead for the Game Loop team. We work on things like champ select, matchmaking, and the various queue types from rank to normals. That means we're not just focused on ladder grinders, we're also here for players who just want to have a good time with friends. Last year, we shared a blog update with some of our upcoming plans, including anonymized champion select, pick order swapping, and the loadout recommender. Since then, we've also been working on a few other projects, and there's one big thing I want to talk to you about today, the mid-year ranked reset.
Basicamente vai resetar o elo no meio do ano também.
Ranked splits have been in the game for a few years, but until now, they were just a way to separate the single ranked season into thirds to help folks pace their progress. Starting this year, the 2 ranked splits will have a full ranked reset in between, with rewards to match. Here's the thing. A lot of players come back to League at the start of the season, ready for their climb to their ranked goals. But when we look at the data, it doesn't actually take the whole season for players to hit their peak rank if they've been playing consistently every patch. If you don't take your foot off the gas once you start your climb in January, you'll probably reach the peak of your climb around halfway through the year. After that, things can get a little rough. For players at higher ranks, The middle of the year can be a stress fest of playing just enough to avoid decaying or demoting. And once players realize they're not steadily climbing, many of them either drop out of ranked or turn to smurfing. Neither of these things are great for fair matchmaking or enjoyable league experiences, especially for players starting their climb later in the season. All in all, there are honestly a lot of reasons why most other games, other Riot games included, don't have year-long ranked seasons. So this year, we're getting with the times. When Split 2 starts, it won't be as heavy a reset as the one in January. We're not introducing a second preseason, so the game won't change dramatically enough to warrant making you re-earn your rank to the same extent. And if you've got something keeping you AFK for the first half of the year, don't worry. The mid-year reset is even less significant if you haven't played many games since January. We know this is a huge change, but it's one we think will help keep League feeling modern and fun while addressing a few of the pain points we've seen over the years. Okay, that was a lot. Let's end things on a high note by talking about the shiny stuff. Rewards.
Só um comentário aqui, cara. Primeiro que esse negócio de resetar 2 vezes ao ano pode ser problemático pelo seguinte. Imagina que você consegue subir, você vai subir no seu elo. E lá pela metade do ano você tá voltando pro elo que você tava inicialmente, né? Ou, enfim, tentando subir pro próximo. Aí a Riot vai lá e reseta novamente. Esse é um cenário que é um problema, certo? A pessoa vai ficar desmotivada. E outros são pessoas que têm pouco tempo pra jogar, cara. Imagina, o cara começa a jogar, vai jogando, joga um pouco aqui, um pouco ali, já reseta de novo. Então acho que para esse tipo de jogador não vai ser tão bom.
Each split, you can earn the full rank reward suite. Icons and emotes, ranked borders, and a ranked skin. Yes, that means there will be 2 skins for rank this year. We're also adding in some extra rewards for your climb as you progress on your ranked journey.
Isso é bom, 2 skins.
We're also removing the gold rank requirement from ranked skins. Now, every ranked player will have the chance to earn the skin moving forward, with chromas to match your final rank.
Não precisa mais pegar ouro para pegar skin, velho.
Your final ranked achievement, but we want you to also be able to earn it through dedication to climbing. That said, if you're below gold, it won't be as easy as play 10 placements for a free skin. The number of games required to earn the skin is drastically higher below gold, so just because you now can earn it at silver or below, doesn't mean you will. That wraps things up for me. Up next is Riot Lexical, who's going to talk to you about our plans for champions this year. Thanks, and good luck on your climbs.
Cara, olha só, tem muita gente que vai jogando, aí o cara pega ouro, ganhou skin, para de jogar ranqueada, não volta mais, tá? Então o que a Riot tá fazendo? Com certeza, ela tá pegando, ela meio que viu os cálculos lá, viu quantas partidas em média a pessoa joga até pegar o ouro, né, por exemplo, e vai fazer o cara jogar mais do que isso, com certeza. Vai fazer o cara jogar mais do que isso para aumentar o número de partidas que o cara joga ranqueada, aumentar a média do cara, né? E um pouco antes no vídeo, o cara mostrou uma barrinha como se fosse um passe de batalha, que muito provavelmente a gente vai ver isso no LoL. Para liberar, aqui embaixo, ó, para liberar as skins. Ó, ele tá mostrando a legenda até meio que por cima, tá vendo? Então, isso aí, provavelmente, a Riot vai implementar um sistema similar, cara, para fazer conforme você vai jogando mais, você vai tendo recompensas e isso vai mantendo você jogando. Campeões! Agora a gente fica sabendo... Opa! Sobre os campeões novos.
I'm going to talk a bit about some of the new champions we have planned for this year. But before that, I want to touch on our plans for the year overall. This season, we're focusing a bit more on smaller updates to the parts of the champion roster that has been left in the dust.
Claro, claro. Alguns campeões, gente, com certeza. Nessa temporada, vamos focar um pouco mais em atualizações menores para partes do elenco de campeões que ficaram esquecidas no churrasco. É claro, é normal, mano. O campeão às vezes fica esquecido um pouco no churrasco ali, né? Aqui no Brasil tem muito churrasco. Com certeza. Tem que dar um aumento pro cara que fez essa tradução aí.
We want to continue improving older champions' gameplay fantasies, so we'll be doing more mid-scope updates throughout 2023. And beyond gameplay changes, we'll also be polishing up some of the roster with much-needed VO updates for a few of our older champions like Nidalee and Varus, both of whom cross path with some of our upcoming champions. First up this year is Aurelion Sol's CGU. In the last LoL Please, we showed you some of the updated abilities that fans the flame of his dragon fantasy. but we didn't go too deep into the parts of his kit that strengthen his star forging theme. Not only can Aurelian Soul forge stars like a nebula in deep space, but he can now drop them from the sky onto his foes in Summoner's Rift. Ooh, ouch. As we mentioned before in the last video, his new passive causes all of his abilities to grow in size over the course of the game, including his new ultimate. I mean, what's more satisfying than dropping a massive star you forge in outer space on someone's head? We can't wait to see what you all think of the new and improved Star Forger, and we hope a lot of you will find a new
Tá,
main.
a gente já sabia de tudo isso, né, da Aurelion?
After
Vazou
Aurelion
tudo.
Soul, we'll be releasing some brand new champions.
Agora sim.
One
Lá
of
vamos
our
nós.
goals for the past few years has been to make sure we have a champion for everyone to enjoy. So we try to have a diverse champion pool that's inclusive of all cultures, genders, and in-game skill levels for every role. And that brings us to our first new champion of the year.
Milho. Acho que é o suporte, velho.
I'm super excited for all of you to meet our male enchanter from Ishtal. Displaying an incredible understanding of the fire axiom at a young age, Melio uses fire not to raise cities, but to soothe wounds. Now he travels to Ishalcan, carrying the
ele cura,
hopes
hein?
and dreams of his family on his back, along with his trusty backpack. He's about to face the biggest challenge of his young life, the Vidalian. His journey to Ishalcan will broaden his horizons and introduce him to new people and places, but it'll also bring him closer to Yuntao's darkest secrets. But no matter what challenges come, he'll always bounce back into action and be ready for his next adventure.
Tá. Controla o fogo e cura. Nafiri.
After we're done with the adorable enchanter, we're moving on to something a bit edgier. I know some of you love complex champions and novel-length skill descriptions, but others wants to focus on macro play and pounce into action with a straightforward kit. If that sounds like you, good news. Nafiri is the Darkin for you. She's a mid-lane assassin made for those of us who want to focus on the hunt. After awakening from her slumber, her first objective is to track down her darkened brethren. Her newfound body, or bodies, seems like a cruel twist of fate at first, but they prove useful for locating her fellow Darkin, and as a source of wisdom. After all, it's always better to hunt in a pack. I have some bad news though. Unfortunately, Nafiri is the only champion this year without a shirt. We know how much you all love ads, so don't
Muito
worry.
boa essa piada,
We'll be
cara.
looking for more opportunities next
Muito
year.
bom. Cara, é engraçado, ó, vai vir o rework do Skarner também. Engraçado, ela fala que a campanha vai ser simples, mas ela tem vários corpos, né? Quando ela fala que tem vários corpos, eu penso instantaneamente no Meeple do Dota, que é um campeão, um herói que você utiliza vários... Tem vários campeões, né? É um herói só que são vários, na verdade. Vamos ver como é que vai ser essa campeã aí.
It's been a while since we spoke about everyone's favorite crystal scorpion. The Skarner VGU team has started exploring ways to dial up his scorpion fantasy. At this phase, we're leaving no arthropod hiding stone unturned to find exciting themes, kits,
Tá.
and stories.
Isso aí são
We'll be
ideias, cara.
releasing a depth
São
log
ideias de
later this
conceito
year
do
with
campeão.
more information on his progress. Looking further out, we also have a hangry jungler and an artistic mid laner who are looming in the distance.
Tá.
They're a bit too early to talk about at the moment, but look out for future teasers. That's all from me today. I'll hand it back to Riot Brightmoon for some final thoughts.
Tá, 4 campeões novos, um rework no Skarner e o rework no Aurelion Sol. A gente vai ter também um jungler que, enfim, tem um castelo ali muito doido. E também um mid laner que tem uma temática meio oriental, aparentemente, né? Esse formato aí.
That pretty much wraps up things for today. But I
E
do
é
have one
isso.
small update I want to share before we go.
Opa, tem mais uma.
For years, you've been asking us for the ability to play League in any language. no matter where you
Caraca,
are.
não acredito, o dia chegou,
Happy
gente.
to share that
Vai dar pra mudar o idioma do LoL, não acredito!
this makes your experience a little bit more enjoyable. I also want to remind everyone who has Xbox Game Pass to link it to your Riot account. This way, you can unlock every champion and get a 20% experience
Não, vou te dar
As long as it's
biscoitinho.
active.
Calma, calma.
We have